Hey, how are y'all doing today? My name is Moulik, and I'm a junior from Clements, which is in Texas. And today I'm here to talk to you about how easy it is to grow. A little more on myself, though. Over my short life, I've lived on 3 continents, appearing on TV on 2 of those, with the best being offered a lead position on primetime national television. I'm the global director for Elevate the Future, a student run nonprofit in which I help manage over 400 volunteers in 18 states within the US and 16 countries. I'm also the director for Press and Expansion for Vessel, yet another student run nonprofit whose main goal is to help connect political representatives with teens. And I've also gotten the chance to interact with high level personalities such as Prince Harry, members of the Presidential Investment Council for Senegal and Turkey, and most recently, former Prime Minister of Canada, Kim Campbell. Now, why am I telling all this to you? The reason is simple. You and I are the same. The only difference between us is that I may have done a few simple things following a few simple guidelines that you haven't. And so that's what we hope to talk about today. Welcome to my TED Talk. So here I am sitting one day rewatching The Office when suddenly I see a quote in the background. A quote I've seen so many times but never paid attention to. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott. And I think that this is a great quote because it demonstrates that in today's world, people aren't able to achieve their dreams, not because they failed, but because their fear of failing is outweighing their hunger for success. So here we see 5 reasons why people fail and ways to get past those. I like to call them reassemble because you're reassembling yourself. So number 1, you have research. On number 2, you have first steps or procrastination. Number 3, you have moderation. Number 4, fake it till you make it or belief. And number 5, there is always time. So the first is research. And as implied from the name, it's to do research or the absence of. A study done by Pew in 2018 revealed that 81% of people rely on their own research to make major life decisions. Now, what if this research was just one single Google search? Or maybe they read up on how to start a business from a blog written by middle schoolers for fun or for a really easy grade in school. Or what if they relied on what they thought they knew, but they were wrong because that information was outdated? Now that is a problem. In the same study, we see that only 31% actually consider experts' opinions to make these major life decisions. And this is where the problem lies, because we're setting ourselves up to fail. And then, when we do fail, we think the system is just rigged against us. And with a quick shift in mindset, decide to drop out of this race. In reality, if we look closely enough, everything we need or want to learn is out there in this vast ocean known as the internet. I mean, they don't call this the age of information for nothing. Some great examples to get accurate information include Google Scholar, which studies on almost every conceivable topic, Pew Research, a prestigious research firm, review journals such as the Princeton Review Journal or Harvard Business Review, etc. Next, and finally, we have something called triangulating research, where if you're able to find 3 sources that come to the same conclusion that you're looking for, then chances are that conclusion is accurate. Next, we have the first steps. Now, let's say you did amazing research and you found the perfect idea. Most of us, including myself, have thought of an amazing idea before. And then you thought about how your company will start and achieve exponential growth within a year, earning hundreds of millions of dollars, and you buy all of these fancy things, and then snap, 2 months pass by. You haven't done a thing, a single thing. Why? You know that it's an amazing idea. It's huge potential to grow and make you a crap ton of money. Yet you didn't persevere. Why? Because the moment you created an image in your mind of all that money, all those fancy things, and all that success, you gave your mind the illusion of success. You made it seem as if you'd already succeeded, when in reality, you're just sitting on your couch, rewatching The Office for the 10th time. You see, the main difference we see between successful people and those that don't is that even though a successful person may have a 24-step plan at any given point, while regular people think of how to get from step 1 to step 24, successful people are thinking of how to get to step 2 and then taking that leap. In fact, I encourage you to take that leap even if you don't know what step 2 is. Because remember, the man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. So take that first step. Did you know that drinking too little water can kill you? Yeah, you probably knew that. But here's the weird part. So can drinking too much water. A woman by the name of Jennifer Strange drank 6 liters of water in 3 hours for a Nintendo contest. Hold your Wii for a Wii. And after puking, she went home with a splitting headache and later passed away due to water intoxication. Similarly, working out too little is just as bad as working out too much. The reason why this is important is that through nature, we learn of the importance of moderation, not just for success, but for everyday life. As witnessed through the first 2 rules, thinking things through is equally as important as taking action. You just keep on taking risks every time, and you will fail. Yet, you must take a risk sometime in order to give yourself the opportunity to grow. Just the other day, I saw a really good definition for an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is someone who jumps off a cliff and builds a plane on the way down. Remember one thing though, you have to know how to build a plane for this to be possible. Some quick fixes: time management, make a schedule and stick to it. Fake it till you make it, or belief. Now, don't be a fake socialite like Anna Sorkin from New York City. No, what I mean by this is actually best observed through a study conducted by New York University by John Bard, Mark Chen, and Lara Burrows, in which they asked students to unscramble 10 sentences as fast as possible, and then go back to the experiment administrator to get their next task. What the students didn't realize was that this was the experiment. Half the set of the students received sentences with positive words like kind, nice, patient, etc., while the other half received sentences with negative words such as angry, aggressive, impatient, etc. And what they were actually testing for was to see whether these words would affect the students' behaviors by having someone act like they were talking to the experiment administrator to see how long these students waited for. Now, I don't know if you've ever been to New York City, but the people there, not known for their patience. But the wonderful thing they noticed was that it did affect the students. Those that had positive words waited for an average of 9 to 10 minutes, while those with negative words only waited for an average of 2 to 3 minutes. By the way, the university said that the experiment would conclude after 10 minutes, so we don't know how long they would have actually waited for. And that is a huge difference in and of itself, and perfectly illustrates that our surroundings actually affect our mindset. In fact, they even have a word for this in the psychological industry. It's known as priming. The term actually means that no matter where you are, the environment around you, whether that is colors, whether that is the neatness of your house, whether that is people around you, or even words, all affect the way we behave. As such, the solution is easy. If you constantly tell your mind that you are the best, that you are willing to put in the work, or anything you want to do is achievable, your subconsciousness is going to start to believe that. So let's start right here. Let's take a pause. Repeat after me. I am the best. You are the best. We are the best. Finally, last but not least, there's always time. So let's walk through a hypothetical. There you are working each day tirelessly from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. Yet, you still aren't able to find the time to do the extra stuff, like working out or, going for a jog and stuff. This is exactly what was happening with me. And I was also on Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, and Netflix for half the day. But, other than that, I was working. And I got fed up, actually, with my mom. And so I decided to do some research, because when in doubt, do research. And did you know what I found? I found that there are 168 hours in a week. That's the same for everybody, unless you have a time machine. So let's break it down. Now, for most of us, we work 8 hours a day, whether that is school or work, etc. So 8 times 5, that's 40. Next, let's say you got a solid 8 hours of sleep each day. I know some of us are high school students and college students and probably don't, but ideal situation. So 8 times 7, 56. Now let's say that there's time for the other stuff, the miscellaneous stuff, whether that is eating, getting ready, taking the dog for a walk, maybe doing some homework as well, was 35 hours. How about that? That still leaves us with 37 hours of free time, because you add 56 plus 40 plus 35, that's 131, and 168 minus 131 leaves us with 37. So 37 hours of free time. Let's say you even took out 1 hour for working out each day of the week. 7 hours that comes out to. So take that out, you still have 30 hours left. So the real question is, what are you doing in those 37 hours? A quick fix: make a timetable. Stick to that pen and paper. Maybe on your phone, maybe on your laptop. Some quick fixes are apps like Notion, ClickUp, or even Calendar. Ladies and gentlemen, if I leave you with one thing here today, it's with this thought. Look around you. Look to your right. Look to your left. Look at those around you. Look at Elon Musk. Look at Bill Gates. Look at Mark Zuckerberg. Each and every one of them had 168 hours in their week to get where they are today. Each of us also has 168 hours in our own weeks. So I guess the real question then is, ladies and gentlemen, what are you doing with yours? Thank you.